Hello and welcome to This Day in History for February 8th. February 8th is the 39th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 326 days remaining to the end of the year, unless it's a leap year, in which case there are 327 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is exigent. Exigent is an adjective which means requiring urgent attention or demanding, exacting. Ultimately, this comes from the Indo-European root ag, to drive or draw, which is also the source of the words act, agent, agitate, litigate, synagogue, and ambassador. Let me take a moment here to remind you that links to my research are included in the show notes, and I'd like to go ahead and ask you to click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And feel free to share this video with others. And with that, we're going to start in the year 1587, when Mary, Queen of Scots, was executed. She was accused of plotting to murder Queen Elizabeth I. Now, this is not to be confused with Bloody Mary. Not that Mary. It does get confusing with all these Marys and Elizabeths. Peter the Great, the Emperor of Russia, died on February 8, 1725 at the age of 52. He was one of those enigmatic characters of history that did great things and also some really awful things. In 1904, it seems that Russia had opened a naval base on the Pacific. They leased this port from the Chinese. Japan saw this as a threat and tried to negotiate some terms with Russia according to their understanding. Russia was like, no, that's not what it's about, dude. Which apparently little bitty, feisty, fierce banty rooster Japan didn't believe, and they launched a surprise torpedo attack against this Russian naval base, Port Arthur, launching a Russo-Japanese war on February 8, 1904. In 1910, the Boy Scouts of America was incorporated by William D. Boyce. On February 8, 1924, the first execution by lethal gas in American history took place in Nevada. Lethal gas was considered to be a more humane method of execution than hanging, a firing squad, or electrocution. Later on, they moved to lethal injection. Once the Japanese had evacuated Guadalcanal, Americans secured the island on February 8, 1943. Some Cold War news here. On February 8, 1950, the Stasi, secret police of East Germany, was established. One of its main tasks was spying on the population, mainly through a vast network of citizens turned informants. For example, one tenant in each apartment building was designated as the watchdog, who was to report to an area representative of the Volkspolizei. Spies reported every relative or friend who stayed the night in another's apartment. The Stasi arrested more than 250,000 people as political prisoners during its existence. In addition to this, they developed elaborate methods of psychological harassment designed to make the target look bad, appear crazy, or think they were losing their mind. Numerous Stasi officials were prosecuted for their crimes after 1990. On February 8, 1983, champion Irish Racehorse sugar was stolen from a stud farm in Ireland. The thieves followed up with a ransom demand, but that didn't work out, and the horse was never seen again. February 8, 1990, American singer-songwriter Shannon died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He had several hits in the 1960s, one of them being the song called Runaway. Run, 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 run away, which I've linked in the show notes. And that's all I've got for you today. As always, links to my research are included in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and feel free to share this video. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. I would like to take a moment to encourage you to like that share button. Okay. All right. Watch your mouth. One of those pronunciations will be close to correct, I'm sure. What is wrong with my mouth today?
So many mistakes.
Oh, come on now.
Where were we?
All right, do that again.
There's a good girl. Good girl.
I don't know how all that's going to go together, or if it's even going to make it to the video. We'll just see.
That's not going to go.
Probably cut all that out. That'll all be laying on the cutting room floor. So I'll just do that whole thing over. That might not make it into the video. We'll see.
Changing it up.